Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to our Joy Gym, where every day, weekday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we practice different mental exercises to help us cultivate a greater sense of joy in our lives. Today is Wednesday, Wellness Wednesday. So we'll be doing a guided meditation all around cultivating a greater sense of wellness of Wednesday because it's kind of like Friday, where we do a bit of a toss up, meaning the meditation can change or varies more than the other days. Since we're talking about wellness in general, today we're going to talk about wellness in terms of our sense of self worth. It turns out our wellness is actually deeply tied to our sense of self worth because if in our core we don't believe that we are worthy, we don't believe that we are good enough, it shows up in a multitude of different ways. It's, how would I word it? It's down to our belief. And if deep down in our core being, we don't believe we deserve the things that we're chasing after, it can lead to us sabotaging ourselves. It can lead to us having an ever present state of stress, almost as if we're living in a constant state of low grade panic. It can lead to us, it can lead to influencing the way we even think about ourselves, others, down to negative self talk. There was a time in my life where I was consistently talking bad about myself. No matter what the situation, I blamed myself for it and attacked my very character, in any of the slightest, smallest mistakes. I used to think that when I was alone, it was like I was an teacher. You know how English teachers would have that red ink that they would go and look over every single mistake you made in your paper. That was how I looked over my life because deep down I thought that I wasn't good enough. So I that manifested in me hyper focusing on all the mistakes I made because deep down I believed that if I didn't make those mistakes, I would be good enough of all the things I was looking for. But honestly, still some of that exists. It's conditioning, but that's why this is the Joy Gym. We can strengthen different muscles. One, the muscles that allow us to know deeply from our core that we are good enough, that we do deserve self love unconditionally in everything that we do. And that's the meditation we'll be working on today. We'll be doing it by the repetition of a compassionate phrase, which I will say momentarily. So, with that, let us begin. When you are ready, I'd like to invite you to find a comfortable position. You may be seated, standing, or lying down, whatever's comfortable for you. If you have not done so already, I'd like to invite you to close your eyes or lower your gaze if it is safe to do so, and if you feel safe doing so. In today's meditation, we will train our mental muscles to slowly learn deep down in our core our sense of worth. We'll do that by the repetition of a phrase. This phrase is like any rep at the gym. And like any rep at the gym, regardless of whether you can do it easily or you have to really struggle to get that rep in, it's the fact that we are doing these repetitions, the fact that we're putting in the time consistently that will bring the change. So, for today's meditation, I'd like to invite you to place your attention on the sensations you feel in your body as you breathe. I'd like to invite you to repeat the following phrase: May I know my worth as well as I know my breath. May I know my worth as well as I know my breath. May I know my worth as well as I know my breath. Repeating the phrase silently to yourself or quietly out loud as a whisper. When you are ready, I'd like to invite you to let go of this practice. When you are ready, you may slowly flutter your eyes open and look around the room to better ground yourself in the space that you are in. We all deeply know our breath. Ever since we were born, we've been breathing. We all also deeply know our worth, but we may not be aware of that part of ourselves. With this meditation, we use the fact that we know our breath because we're with it every moment as a way to help us reconnect to the part of ourselves that know our worth. Thank you so much for joining this guided meditation. You did a great job today, and may you find ease. Keep up the good work, too. Bye.